Now time we go straight to the papers and see what they have as a major one on their front page. And for review today, as always, we have 7 papers. We have ThisDay, the Daily Sun, the Daily Trust, as much as we'll be looking at Nigerian Tribune, the Punch, Guardian, and the Vanguard. But I always enjoy starting with the Punch, and let's see what the Punch has as a starter on the paper of the Dailies this lovely morning. And on the Punch this morning, the leading story reads, school closure spread after fresh bandit attack. A school shot in Edo, Niger, as bandits kill Kogi vice principal and 2 others. And the disturbing story was a 6-year-old was among those 2 killed yesterday in Kogi. Quite disturbing. Well, I'll tell you to read that story up on page 2. 2027, governorship aspirants spend 30 billion on primaries, says EFCC chair on page 4. And U.S. military presence in Nigerian base on invitation. And this is according to AFRICOM on page 7. Senate orders ex-NNPC boss carry arrest over 210 trillion naira probe. Wow, that will be one of the largest ever. And you can get that story up on page 12. But anyways, it's more like more commissioning and more for the Federal Capital Territory. As His Excellency, the President, will be commissioning the highway FCT 105, Kuje Road, from Airport Expressway down to Kuje Road. And this will happen today by 12 noon. But that's how much you can take from the Punch.
Let's check out stories making rounds on the Guardian newspaper this morning. And on the Guardian, the leading story reads, push for state police heightens amid agitation for self-defense, talking about insecurity. It's a major one on page 6. Still on the front page, bandit attack Kogi community, kill school, principal abduct WAEC candidates. It's a disturbing and sad one on page 3. IPAC scrapping of indirect primaries and undermining internal party democracy is on page 3. And some governorship aspirants paid 30 billion naira to secure party tickets, says EFCC. Is on page 8. Still on the front page, just like the Punch, the major one on the front page is the day 3 of the commissioning of the highway FCT 105 Kuje Road from Airport Expressway to Kuje Town. And it's taking place today, Thursday, by 12 noon. But that's what you can take on the Guardian this morning.
Let's quickly run to ThisDay to see what ThisDay have for us today. And on our ThisDay newspaper, it's always so interesting because you do know there seems to be a lot. And on ThisDay newspaper, Atikubu, Northern Elders Forum, it's time federal government declares security emergency to empower war commanders. Ex-VP says attack on schools may cripple education and stall development. And you can get that story up on page 8 of ThisDay newspaper. Let's see if we take some other leading stories on the front page. Oyedele hails innovation, institutional transformation as the Nigerian Railway Service unveils a Rev 360 platform to boost revenue administration. The Nigerian Revenue Service, rather. Adedeji, a platform will strengthen voluntary compliance, make tax processes less burdensome, and predictable for businesses and indeed individuals. But I'll tell you to get that story up on page 8. Labour joined forces with Benga Hassan as Democratic Renewal Movement takes up. And you can get more of that story up on page 32. But the major screamer, or rather more of the front page of ThisDay, just like others, is the official commissioning of the highways FCT 105, Kuje Road from Airport Expressway to Kuje Town. Like I said, it will be happening today by 12 noon. That's the much you can take from ThisDay.
Let's check out stories making around the Nigerian Tribune this morning. And on the Nigerian Tribune, a lead story, or the major one on the front page this morning, is talking about the vice principal, 2 others killed as bandits invade school in Kogi State. And the riders to follow, security forces fall mass abduction attempt, government abducts Kushun local government vice chairman. Troops rescue 3 others. Orire City Boys Movement director donates medical supplies to community, offers scholarship to late teachers' children. It's a sad one and quite disturbing one on page 24. Over 200 ISIS fighters killed in Northeast, says U.S. African Command. Still a disturbing one on page 4. Reps to vote on state police bill today is on page 3. Let's see if we can take more of the leading stories on the front page. Well, just like others, taking the front page of our papers this morning is that of the commissioning of the highway FCT 105 Kuje Road from Airport Expressway to Kuje Town. All will be playing out today by 12 noon. That's what you can take on the Nigerian Tribune.
Let's quickly run to Daily Sun to see how sunny it will be, especially as it concerns its front page. And on Daily Sun this morning, the lead story reads, Constitutional Review Rep vote on state police today. Ugo Chinyere loses out as lawmakers bar first timer from principal officers. And you can really officiate that story up on page 6. NDC lawyers ask Kenneth Okonkwo to retract defamatory comments against Peter Obi is on major one on page 8. Police key to suspected kidnappers rescue 5 hostages in the FCT. Remember, June 12th, coalition declares nationwide protest against insecurity and also hardship. But that story will not be hard for you to find on page 5. Akpabio charges APC National Working Committee to carry National Assembly members along in final list of candidates. It's more like give and take on page 8. But the picture of the day, like we all do know, and rather more of a screamer, is the official commissioning that will take place in the FCT today. And we're talking about 12 noon. That's much you can take from the Daily Sun.
I trust you're having a good time this morning on Dailies, or to look at Daily Trust newspaper. And on the Daily Trust, the lead story reads, Government disrupt West African Senior School Certificate Examination in Kogi, kills Vice Principal and others. Is a sad one on page 5 and 6. While on the front page seems to have, the Daily Trust seems to have a quite different major one on the front page, talking about the Boni administration at 7, and below is a graphic representation of all he has achieved in the past 7 years in office, talking about the basic education, rebuilding of basic education, and the youth and sport development, as you can see below, the expanded educational access, improved teaching and learning environment, and overall development for youth. Well, that's what you can take on Daily Trust this morning.
Let's quickly run to the Vanguard, the last paper for us to quickly review. And on the Vanguard this morning, terrorists kill vice principal, 2 others in Kogi, Edo shot schools, 3 students adopted community, police intensify manhunt for fleeing terrorists, attackers came in army uniform, said state government, pandemonium in Mina, as parents withdraw children from schools over fear of terrorist invasion, northern, southern, middle belt leaders call for security emergency, and rep to vote on state police tomorrow at plenary, but you can get more of it on page 8. Let's see if we take some other leading stories still on the front page of the Vanguard this morning. Yes, xenophobia. 268 Nigerians arrive South Africa today. It's more of a good one on page 9. Also on page 9, Labour joins forces with Benga Hassan as Democratic Renewal Movement takes off. Court orders unconditional release of detained Kwama leaders is a screamer on page 12. But remember, you can get the leading story on page 5. The picture of the day, or rather a screamer on the front page, just like every other paper we review today, is that of the official commissioning of the highway FCT 105 Kuje Road from Airport Expressway down to Kuje Town itself. That will happen around 12. Well, anyway, that's the much you can take from the papers this morning. I will always insist, if you find any really juicy, please do us a favor. Wait, don't read it now. Get through with all you need to get from Viewpoint, and indeed go ahead and enjoy your time with the papers. But what we'll do now, go on the break. When we come back, dialogue will take center stage right here on Viewpoint on Atlantic TV.